Welcome to WagerTalk TV, everyone. Minty Bets here, joined by Brian Leonard and Tony Finn. Follow them on Twitter at @BLeonardSports, @Finn @WagerTalk. This Sunday, October 11th in the afternoon, we've got the Miami Dolphins at the San Francisco 49ers. Current line has San Francisco favored at 8.5 points, and the total is floating around 46.5, 47. Guys, we at this moment don't know who is going to be starting for the Niners yet, whether it's Jimmy G, Mullins, or CJ. I hope it's not Nick Mullins, but I kind of like the Dolphins here if it's going to stay at 8.5 or a little bit higher. I mean, they play so competitively. I think the only thing that would prevent me from taking the Dolphins is the 49ers have a really solid passing defense. So, Brian, I would like to know what you think about this game.
Yeah, you mentioned the 49ers pass defense. They're second in the nation, second in the NFL, defending the pass at 5.58 yards per pass. That's something that may hurt these Miami Dolphins because the offense has really struggled. But this unit does have some talent. Fitzpatrick, who I think could be Tony's twin brother from another mother. If he would shave his beard, we'd be able to tell a little bit. But I've seen them side by side, and I think they could be related. But yeah, he's one of those guys that'll throw the ball all over the place. And if he's got some ability to do that, they can score some points and stay in this game. But, you know, defensively, Miami ranks dead last in passing yards per play, 8.77 yards per pass attempt given up. And they're only 22nd versus the run. So that Miami defense has really struggled so far. San Francisco playing at home here. It's in that dead number area between the 7 and the 10. I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot with those numbers, who the quarterback is. Obviously, if Jimmy G's there, it'll probably be 9.5. If he's out, there's probably 7.5. So I think that's probably the right number for the sports books to put out there. But I'm like you. I wanted to play Miami before I started looking into this game a little bit more because I think San Francisco, with a lot of the injuries that they have going on, I wanted a nice underdog here with Miami. But just that Miami defense scares me so much. Until the offense starts clicking, I may be passing on this one. If I can get 10, it may talk me into Miami. I don't know if we'll get that high, but that's the way I'm looking here. But it's probably going to be a pass for me come Sunday.
Yeah, it's definitely iffy. Tony, what about you?
Well, first off, the only common denominator between myself and Fitzy is the college we graduated from. That's it. Other than that, we're not related at all. But being Ivy League grads, we do have that going for us. Nick Mullins was fantastic.
Wait a minute. Just because you went to Wrigley Field where there was some ivy on the walls does not mean you were an Ivy League graduate.
I have some of that ivy growing in my garden. I have Chicago, which is, you know, that ivy is actually Boston ivy. It's kind of weird that we got Boston ivy and Wrigley Field, but that's what it is. To the game at hand, Mr. Leonard. Nick Mullins was fantastic against the Giants. He stepped in. He was basically mistake-free. Kyle Shanahan did a great job play calling. I think he finished the day like 25 of 36, 350 yards. The defense, despite some injuries, was good. But it was arguably maybe one of the lowest points I've ever seen a Giants team, how they performed. The rumors of the locker room being an issue and troubled, et cetera. Giants came back, and we're getting off track here. They did play pretty well against the Rams. But back to Nick Mullins. I think it might still be Nick Mullins. Had it not been for last week's game against the Philadelphia team, in a game that ended chaotically, a game that San Francisco could have won, in truth. I mean, again, 10 seconds of time, two scores, results in a loss. The 49ers have gotten a little bit healthier defensively after being a lot of question marks at corner and their defensive secondary. Miami, listen, here's what's troubling for me for Miami. It's not Fitzpatrick. I think Fitzpatrick can run for touchdowns and throw for touchdowns, just like you showed last week. The fact that they couldn't game plan. The reason they lost this game, in my opinion, if you watch it, is they could not throw over the top of the Seattle secondary. The defense kept everything in front all day long. And Patrick, it took time, it took effort. Eventually, there were some turnovers, 2 interceptions, as a result of Fitzpatrick not being able to stretch that field against the Seattle defense that hasn't been very good, guys, and it was without their best player. I would, in every way, shape, and form, believe that Shanahan's team, regardless of whether it's Jimmy G or whether it's Mullins or CJ, whoever that might be starting at quarterback, I believe that I have faith that they're going to bounce back and somehow, some way, find a way to win, much like I think they expected to last weekend. My lean would be on the 49ers at home.
Okay, so we're going head to head, Tony. We'll have to see who comes out with the W Sunday. And guys, thank you for tuning in. First-time customers at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com receive $25 in wager bucks after their initial purchase. You can double dip at both sites. Thank you so much.
Double dip.